come.
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Welcome in. Special guest is here. How are you doing, you beautiful mother lovers out there? How is everyone? You can see the name on your screen. You know a good time is to be had. Happiness and cheer is coming. Sully is here. How are you, Sully?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Well, let me tell you what. I forgot after the Friday night marathon, the 12-hour dealio. I had actually done a new intro for you.
Oh,
May I play it now?
please.
I had this thought. I was like, because actually, I really did the song. There's a song called White and Nerdy that uses that by Weird Al Yankovic, and I love that song. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh my gosh, Michelle Pfeiffer in that video.
Yes,
And I was like, this is our blonde teacher.
it
And
is.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. So
Thank you so much. Look, I'm totally flattered. I love the song. I love the movie. I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
I've never seen the movie, and I don't know, maybe I need to.
It's
But
good.
yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's awesome because see, that kind of reminds me of you and me. You're the blonde teacher, and I happen to have my hair is just like
Is in dreads?
yeah, with the little flying dreads like that. Is that Cornholio? Is that the guy's name
Yeah,
or whatever? Coolio,
really. Yeah,
Coolio,
Coolio.
Cornholio,
Yeah.
whatever, all the same. And
I
so
think
anyway,
he was on Beavis.
I think this kind of is a good thing here. So.
Yes. It's chemistry. What can I say? It's really good. I love that. I love that. I like that intro better than the last one. I'm sorry, Guava, but it's just what it is.
Well, that's okay. That's probably a one time only. I'm gonna be after the show. That's gonna be edited out because it's gonna say whatever. So many countries or whatever don't like it. And can you believe that 247 territories? That's what I think's funny about it. It's not
That is
countries, it's territories.
hilarious.
Puerto Rico is one of those that are not allowed to listen to the frolics of the 12-hour live stream. Isn't that crazy?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I exuded too much freedom. They might choke on it.
And I've always thought Rosie Perez was kind of wild.
I mean, it's Puerto Rico. You
I
know,
know.
it's Mick Jagger talk about him in a song. Hey,
Right.
man, I got some Puerto Rican girls that are just
Just
dying to
dying
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Right? So,
Mhm.
well, so I don't know anything, and I want to thank you so much. You're saving me. You're saving the Wednesday night version of the Nightcap. We lost Mountain Girl last night for Taco Tuesdays. I know she had a. There's a lot of weird stuff happening with the true crime little thing right now, and I don't want.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on there, and I don't know if that's. I don't know. It's just it's.
Well, everything you think it's not, you're right.
I love that. I love that. Well, it's funny because they can get upset with each other, and I'm sitting here going, I don't even know if anybody would be upset at me. I'm sure. I mean, everybody would be upset with me, but I probably would I would never see the comments. Somebody would have to tell
That's
me about
right.
it.
That's right. I'd have to be
And
on the show to say, read your comment section.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hmm.
That's what I need. It's funny. We didn't have Cool Frog on Friday. And I was thinking about it. I was like, gosh, I could tell. Reflecting back, I was like, because he's always over there in the comments, and he's like, I don't know, he's just correcting stuff or saying stuff. And the live chat was like, I think we were like 20 something away from having 1,000 comments in it. And I was like, oh man, that'd have been cool. I was like, if Cool Frog had been here, there'd have been 1,000.
Oh, you
So
almost had 1,000 comments?
Yeah. It was
Oh,
a
that is awesome.
Yeah, Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, actually, thank you so much because I couldn't be at this level without you,
I don't
and
know about that,
you
but
were
I appreciate it.
really, truly one of my first. I don't know. I guess fans, right? Is
Oh,
that
I
right to say?
am.
I like to say
You can go
friends,
ahead.
but you know.
Just you can call me friend, groupie, fan, MAGA fan, whatever you want to call
Awesome. I
me.
like that ultra mega fan.
Yeah,
That would
ultra
really
MAGA
upset
fan.
him.
I am your
Uh,
biggest fan. There's no doubt. And I know Vol's going to argue, but I
oh
just
no,
feel
no,
like it's
no.
me.
He's seen me streaking. He's not a fan. He's he's a participant. Um, but what was it? Well, of course, again, thank you so much because you're the reason why I do this and everything. And but it's funny. It was like after that deal Friday, Saturday. I was just like I felt weird. Like life after the 12-hour stream, I took the Labrador for a walk,
I saw
and
that. You're
like
walking the
halfway through the walk, I was like, "Where am I exactly?" I was like, "Everything feels weird." And then yesterday, I finally got around to trying to get back into this yoga. I know I'm that guy, right? I'm the California kid,
and your
and
dog was doing so well teaching
oh
you.
yeah. Oh, you said that's right. I forgot to put that up there. I did.
Yes.
I forgot that
Labrador
already.
was doing the downward facing dog.
As soon as I laid that yoga mat down, he came running over and just flopped in the middle of it. And then he started rolling around and stuff. And then I found that video. And the reason why I watched that video is because it was the shortest one I could find on YouTube. And it was with clothes on, and you can find naked yoga evidently, but I get banned for that one too. Um, but he was watching the yoga instructor. And I was like, he watches TV.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I
really
love
does.
dogs that do that.
Yeah, if he sees something he likes, he's just right there staring right away. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've never saw a dog do that, but yeah, he really likes it. Um, I just saw this. I just saw this. That's true. That's true. Hey, everybody's a real expert compared to me. Uh, you know, I.
I call Vol your handler.
Well, he gets me out of trouble a lot. He's always had to do that. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
Well,
It's
what?
like from Friday to today, it's just one big blur. It's just like it's 100 miles an hour. Let's just hit the pedal and go. So, you tell
Very
me
fun.
about you. How have you been?
I
What are
am
you up
doing
to?
good. I came here tonight to hear the new Publix story.
Oh gosh, I already forgot about that. Oh yeah, and I really did forget about it, and I sent you that message. Okay, this is so okay. So I told you about me. I was like, I told the checkout lady I loved her, and I was just like, all right, I love you. It's like, what are you doing? So because, and I blame it on this show because I always go, I really do love you guys, and I mean that even right now. But so the next time I went to Publix, the rabbit goes in. Okay, she goes in, gets
She's
the
like, "You
stuff.
stay in the car."
Yeah, she was. And I was like, I text her while she's inside. I said, you could go through the checkout line and see if, you know, tell them you love them or whatever I did, whatever I said to her. And she comes out. She had not gotten my message, and she was laughing. She said, "No, I went through self checkout." I was like, "Yeah, that's the way to do it. I should have done that, but it was full." So, well, then we go to Publix. Was it last night? Yeah, together, and she's walking in front of me, and
She
I'm
allowed
like,
you to go in.
"Well, I mean, we were." Here's the thing: they have these Heath Bar cookies that she absolutely loves. and these things are amazing. And I don't like Heath bars, but you heat them up, and they're the only cookie I've had that you can just put them in the oven for a little bit, and it tastes like you made them, fresh out of the oven, and that Heath bar gets warm and gooey. They're delicious. And so she takes me in there. So we divide and conquer. We start looking around the bakery section for them. Because one time they moved, and I found them, and so I got hero points that day. But yeah, she took me in there. Oh, you know what? We got milk, and so I had to carry the milk. I just now figured that one out.
Did you get milk or did you get milks?
I got milks. How'd you know?
I was just curious.
No, I did. I got 2 milks. Or 2 things.
I've never heard anyone. I mean, milk is like sheep. It's a sheep or there are sheep. It's milk or there is milk. I've never heard anyone describe it as the milks until this last year. Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot what you were talking about. I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know? I got 2 things, 2 gallons of milk."
Yeah, that's how you say it. Not 2 gallons of milks.
No, I got 2 gallons. I get what you're saying. I follow you. Let me tell you what. I've got 7 alibis, and Amber Heard has none.
And I love it.
Oh my gosh. I just realized something about her case today too.
Ooh-wee.
But let me get through the Publix before we start down another rabbit hole. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. And,
I won't forget.
I should have But with the topic though, I'll forget.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jane. Oh, Heather's here again. I'm so glad to see you. And Lev. Hey, Levelhead. And Cool Frog. Aren't you glad to see Cool Frog back?
Yeah.
I am too.
I see Purple Nights. I was in her thing the other night, and she's like,
Purple.
she answered my question or read my statement, and she's like, the expert. And I was like, hey, I came over here because Level told me to. Like, I do what I'm told. And I like all these. It's so funny because like she had a long one on. It was a live stream, and it was late at night, right? And I was like, this is awesome. And now it was, she sounded like she was miserable about whatever she was just talking about. Something bad, right? Some drama.
Of course. She's trying
and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. I get to fall asleep to this. So she got the full view out of me. I have no idea what she's talking about. But
Well,
I
I
was
will
like,
tell you, Levelheaded has a fantastic new room on Discord. Where you can just go rant and rave. I've been over there a couple of times, and it just immediately makes you feel better. It just go over there and beep it out, and you just walk out feeling refreshed.
I am so lost on Discord. Did you see the stuff Grim put up?
Look, I was going to ask you if you were going to show Grimm's clip. It is so good.
Oh, you gotta tell me which one. I mean, I'm overwhelmed. I was like,
He's
oh my
hilarious.
gosh, like this guy. Oh yeah.
He's a beautiful genius.
Yeah, exactly. We've assembled this great group of people. We are YouTube's misfits. YouTube, I can't say that. It's also Twitter and Twitch. Those are the 3 I stream to all the time.
I like that name for this group, the Misfits.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Well, it's kind of got a double meaning there because I don't think any of us are real misfits, but we sure enjoy being that for a night. And Diva, I'm so glad to see Diva over here, and she has those fantastic hand model videos that she's created.
Hand model, that's what I noticed too.
She teaches you something in 1 minute. It's fantastic.
I don't know if she meant to do that in 1 minute or not, but I was like, that's it. Keep it there. Don't ever change that. Sign up and get a TikTok. Do shorts. I was like, you don't even have to do videos. Just do shorts on YouTube. I was like, you'll collect subscribers like crazy if you just do that one thing.
It is fantastic. I mean, she's inspired me to do something, and I haven't started yet. But
what's funny is I do shorts of the dogs, And I noticed, like, I'll start, there'll be like several subscribers will come in, say, on, I don't know, one of these wacky things. And then, like, a couple of days later, I noticed like two or three subscribers disappear from like the morning to the evening. And I'm like, oh, these are people that probably subscribed because of a dog. And then they start listening to the content. They're like, oh, I don't want this guy's too much. But
Hey, it's where you come to have fun. If you
thank you,
like
Purple.
fun, please subscribe.
Um, uh, what did I say? What was the thing? Oh yeah, we were talking about Publix. Okay,
Yes.
so there I am with the rabbit, right? She's walking in front of me. I mean, I'm a gentleman, and I like the view better. And she starts up to the line of cash registers, and there's, that's there's like two that have people in there to take your money, and the rest of them are all the check out yourself things. And she walks right past the self checkout, and I always do self checkout. Like and I'm like, what's going on here? And she starts walking. She goes past the other checkout place where there's a human in it, and she goes right into the one that has the woman that I said I love you to.
Oh,
She
you think
has
she
no
did that on
idea.
purpose?
Yeah, somehow she figured it out. Is what I think. Yeah. Now she claims it's all accident. Now here's what the killer is. I'm leaning up to her. I'm like, I told her I love her. I told her I love her. I told her I love her.
Don't go there.
Yeah. Don't go there. Don't go there. Like, I'm saying this like 10 phrases come out of my mouth because I'm like, this is not the aisle I need to be going down, right? I'm like, I'm the weird guy. She goes right in there, and I'm like, oh, so what do you do? I can't say anything. I'm sitting here going, oh, okay, well, you're going to see I have a wife and think, she looks normal, so that'll be good. So then I don't say anything, and I didn't realize it until, like, today. I was like, I went from a guy that said, I love you, to a weird guy that stands behind his wife and doesn't talk. This woman's got to be like, that's the biggest weirdo in town.
I'm
I mean,
surprised she didn't say, and by the way, I love you too.
well, that's what's funny is Rabbit said that when I was like, why did you go in that aisle? I was like, I kept telling you, don't go there. You did that to me on purpose. I know you did that. And she says, no, I really didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, that was the woman? I said, yes. She starts laughing. Like, bust out loud laughing as we're walking, like, towards the door. And I'm like, okay, now the woman knows, you're laughing. I think the woman can read my mind, right? The cashier that doesn't even care about me, I'm sure. And she's like, I wish I had known just a few seconds earlier. I could have, like, turned around and said, by the way, I love you. And I'm like, and then she's like, then they'd just be like, oh, that family just loves everybody. And I'm like, no, let's just not say anything. Let's just do self-checkout from now on. I'm not allowed in public, okay? And now I'm going to be not allowed in Publix. But yes, I was like, who goes back in there? And then we go right down the line. I know she had to know. I don't know how she figured it out, but she had to know. And she is like sitting there going, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to see how he handles this. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, the expert. Oh yeah, watch this one. I can handle this one. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Do you sign your checks as the expert?
You know what's funny? I did think about that the other day. I was like, I'm gonna start writing stuff as the expert and see how, because I don't know how to use cursive. Is that not bad?
I mean, yes, if I could get your autograph at a football game, that would be like an everlasting memory.
Yeah, I'm sure. The last girl I said that I would give him an everlasting memory to, I got married to her. So
there you go. See,
yeah, she reminds me it was an everlasting nightmare.
No way.
No. So I have planted the seed? No. Put out the word. I have put out the word. I had a God, am I allowed to say this? I don't know. There's certain things I can't say because like I have obligations. Well,
Yes.
anyway, I was at a meeting, okay, and I
A top
told,
secret meeting.
and I was a goofy alumni meeting, but anyway, oh whoops, and I said, oh by the way, if anybody has Alabama tickets,
Yes.
I have.
And
I was like, I have a friend. I'm just letting you guys. Well, tickets haven't gone out yet, and so they're at UT. They redid Neyland Stadium, and
oh,
yeah, it's really
nice.
weird. Like our seats got taken away,
Oh.
and they're now away. They're now like reserved for visitors. So we're trying to get new seats, and we're going through this whole nightmare process, and it's a nightmare because we're not wealthy. If we were wealthy, you just
Mm-hmm.
write a check,
Right.
and the university takes care of you. You know, you're up
Mm-hmm.
there in a box, and you know,
Well,
it's
we could all sit apart, but I just want to make sure I'm
oh
near Vol. Vol Storm.
well. I asked. I said so here. Yeah, gosh, he's old school. I mean, he is like, just Alabama's the worst, and I'm like, nah, man, nothing's worse than Florida because when Florida was well, I mean, now the only team they can ever beat is Tennessee. I'm like, oh god, man, it just sucks. Well, everybody beats
Please tell
Tennessee.
me they're Alabama fans and not Auburn.
Who? What?
Purple said her in-laws are in Alabama, so I'm just seeing,
Uh
making sure they're Roll Tide.
oh. Gosh. Well, anyway, I said this. I said I have a friend that is looking. I said two tickets. Is what her and her husband. I was like, you'll really like her. I was like, here's the thing. She graduated Alabama, top of her class. And so I'm like, so I know you'll love her. And the guy I'm talking to, he starts busting up laughing. He's like, oh yeah, we'd have a lot in common. I graduated, let's say, or what, like at the bottom. And I'm like, well, whatever.
I don't know
But
if I could do it again now, but maybe I could.
well,
It was I was saying I don't know if I could graduate at the top of my class now, but maybe I could.
well, it's all perspective. I
It was a passion at the time, so
yeah, my passion
that's
was not academics. I went to a lot of classes. I may not have been in all those classes. I went to some nursing classes. I went to some teacher classes.
sounds like you went to a lot of classes of girls. That's
Absolutely,
that's like my
yes.
son. He took home ec for 3 years. We
Oh,
couldn't figure out why.
I took home ec.
We found out
I
why.
really did. I honestly, that was always my elective in high school.
That was his too. And I was
Yes,
saying, why do you keep taking this? You're not cooking more. He's like, and finally his senior year, he said, well, there's hot girls in the class.
yes,
Hmm.
yes. I did the same thing. That it was yes, absolutely. And to be available, you have to present yourself. So yeah, I would go into class and I'd be like, oh man, you know what? Because I didn't have a book bag or anything. I'm just walking around school, right? And God, I was really today. I probably would be arrested for being a vagrant. I'm like, I had an ID, so that was good. School
There
ID.
you go. That's all you need.
But I just walk into a class and sit down, and be like, can I borrow a pen? And then ask somebody else, can I borrow some paper? Just to get things started. But I don't know how I got here. And before you know it, yeah, it was fun. Uh,
It was fun. I should have really made it last. Because now when I look back on it, I really think I was more of just a lifetime student.
oh, that was
I missed my opportunity to be Van Wilder.
I. Oh yeah, Van Wilder is a biography.
It is.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't have was the golf cart. And when I saw that movie, the very first thing I said was, "Why didn't I ever think about a golf cart?" Because
Yes.
Tennessee had hills. I mean, it's East
Uh-huh.
Tennessee, and I'm like, oh man, if I had a golf cart, that'd been so much
You know,
better.
that's what scared me most of all when I went to to college,
What's that?
is that I
Golf
would have
carts?
to walk too far to my class, and I would never get there on time because the parking is like so far
Yeah,
from
it's
your
atrocious.
buildings. Hmm.
Yeah, I have a couple of classes I never went to, and I showed up at the finals, and I
So
really
you're
did.
amazing. See, that is more of an achievement to me because I mean, I really had to study hard, and I admire someone that can
No,
study and
no,
pass the bar.
they tell you what the class is about when you sign up. So all you have to do is figure out what the final's gonna be. See, and then just get the answers for the final.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How'd you
it's
find that
all.
out?
Well, I mean, various ways. You ask around the
Older
internet.
girlfriend, things
The
like that.
internet's
Hmm.
amazing. No, no,
It is.
I dated an awful girl, and that's why
She
I have
didn't do
lots
your
of
homework.
I have lots of stories about trying of other girls, but her. I'm like, yeah, God, she sucked. I'm like, why won't you just go away? I told her that I had a problem and that I thought I was homosexual. I really, truly did. I promise you that one. She said that would explain a lot.
That's the best.
I am not kidding you.
That
I
is by
was,
far the best thing I've ever heard.
yes, we were sitting at a drive through at Krispy Kreme and a donut place. And I was like, I really
Yeah.
just, I don't know how much, I don't think I dig you. And still, yeah. Honest to
That
goodness,
is
that is the
hilarious.
truth. You can tell, man. I mean,
It
what do I care?
worked.
I take it. No, it didn't. It didn't. That was the
Oh,
bad
no.
thing. And I'm
She
like,
was on a mission to change you from that
oh my
second.
gosh. I'm like, just go away, please. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. But anyway, no. Enough about that. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, I did. I asked for tickets for you, so that was the I've put that's the first shot out there. Of course, when I say that I have friends from Alabama, I get that weird look. I'm like, yes, I know, I know. Don't. I mean, you know. Then of course, when I try to explain about what YouTube is, I just stop.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you guys don't have any idea. So,
Night, Jane.
oh, is she out of here?
Yeah, she said she was on her way to bed.
Jane, have
Jane probably
wonderful,
sleeps. I
yeah, have
admire that
wonderful
so
dreams. I do
much.
too. I do too. Um, let's see here. Uh, oh, Trixie Star's here,
Good. Hey,
and
Tracy.
where did I see her the other day? I
Um,
saw her on
maybe Mountain
something.
Girl.
I don't know. I can't remember now. Oh, look at. See, I told you he has me. Yeah. Hey, Trixie. Hey, good night, Jane. Um, oh, we have Trixie and we have Pixie. I love that. Do you ever look at names in chats and just be like, how did they get those?
I think they're hilarious and clever. So there's some that like put their name. I can't think of one, but it might their handle might be "What the hell are you talking about?" And so that's all I pick up, and then it'll have their comment, and it's just hilarious because it just fits right in there, whatever's being talked about. It's like a
Yeah.
message in a message.
It's of course mine was all based on I made people mad, so that was fun. Uh, I'm telling you, my background is on Twitter. You know, I have 35,000 tweets.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That
no,
you've
I need.
tweeted out or that you've received?
Yes, yes, that I've tweeted out. And I need to take those. I need to download all those and publish it because
There
that's
you
like on
go.
my that's more than I've ever written in my life. This is I mean it when I don't know how to use. I can't remember how to do cursive. I mean, I can tweet if it's a was 120 characters. I can do that all day. But no.
Proper cursive is really hard. And every year that I taught it, which was only the last five,
You said
um,
proper
proper cursive. hmm Am I there? Okay, thanks, Val. I thought it was me. Hey, Crazy Kool Aid.
Are you there?
There you go.
Oh my
Did you
gosh.
hit the done button?
No, that wasn't my fault this time. That actually happened to Nick Ricada, and that's how I knew what happened because I started saying, "Oh wait, what?" And I was like, "There's no sound or anything." I was like, "The son of a gun, this whole thing froze," and I had to reload the page and then sign in, and then I look and I'm like, "Oh, there you are." I was like, "Good, it didn't kick you off." Yeah, and
I've
that.
been really watching your morning lives, which have been
Oh.
amazing. I wake up and you're on, and it's
I don't know.
awesome
I don't know how
because
on I
I usually
am.
have to wait till lunch. But it's just been really fun, and I have not been able to interact very much because I've been so busy this week with
Yeah.
teacher gifts and all those things that come with the end of school. So I've just been kind of listening, but yeah, that's been interesting, and I thought that I heard them say that she was being that the court had ordered her to have evaluations, but not him. And so I put that on the chat, and Vol said he hadn't heard it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I thought I must have dreamed it because I wanted it to happen or something.
That's funny. He has been he's my go-to on
He
the
is. He knows everything about it.
yeah, and he was like, I don't even like this stuff. I wasn't even into it. He's like, now it's like a soap opera to him. He's like, I can't get enough of this.
Look at
And
Maggie. She said
um,
lunch gets earlier and earlier for the expert.
yeah, it does, it does. Uh, but well, it's martini shots. I gotta get a new thumbnail for that. Uh, well, I don't know what martini shots are. There's something's got to happen. I gotta have some more thumbnails, I think. But yeah,
You need
so
breakfast burritos.
Bloody Marys.
There you go.
Yeah, Bloody
That's
Marys and
perfect.
burritos.
Yes,
Actually, that sounds pretty good.
it does. It sounds great.
Uh, but yeah, so watching the trial stuff, I just okay. One, I love everybody else. There are so many lawyers covering this stuff that I don't
Mm,
care about the legal stuff. Like right now, it's the public relations. It's just like the stuff that Grimm found about Twitter.
hmm
You know, the bots that they're using.
Yes, I
Uh,
heard that yesterday.
Today is the first real evidence that for me that when the had the expert for the photography stuff,
hmm
and because that's interesting, like that's real evidence, like is because pictures can be manipulated, so and
Well, didn't
um
I read today that they have proven that some of the photos were photoshopped?
yes, and this is my favorite comment right here.
Yes, we love that, Trixie. Come on in.
um
Please stay around.
yeah, absolutely. um so yeah, it was what was it? They went on some cruise or something, or it was the Orient Express. Was that what it was? And they had their pictures taken, and it was like
Yes.
the Orient Express. They used them on their Facebook, And of course, they photoshopped it some before they put it up there, and then somebody is taking a snapshot of that and bringing it down. And I'm sure they're manipulating it some in their phone and whatnot. And so, getting the true image is almost non-existent. And yeah, see, Volstorm's got it. They're edited on
So
the
were
on the
they
phone apps.
edited before? Like, did she edit them, or were they edited professionally after they were
I,
taken?
well, Volstorm just posted. There was the phone apps they were using. I don't know what the chain of evidence is for. I know that I know I'm not using that term correctly, but I'm using it as to say like from like the person, like how they got entered into exhibits. I have no idea how that correlate. I don't know where the photos came from. Uh, it's But I mean, to me though, that part is like real interesting part. The rest of the stuff, like Johnny Depp, that I love that. I mean, he is just
Hmm.
he's smarter than the legal teams are. He's
Look, her
correct.
lawyers are falling apart. They're just crumbling in front of our eyes.
They are. They are. Now the problem, and I thought about this tonight. I was like, I don't know what the oh, what's Johnny suing over? Is it defamation?
Yes, yes. And then I heard something that I didn't understand because I was on the run, but she was trying to drop her countersuit. Is that right?
I
That
mean, she
she
has one. She has one.
Right, but the judge denied her withdrawal of that. That's what I read, and I did not have time to read the whole
See, I
thing.
don't know. I
Okay.
haven't heard. I mean, I literally went from the end of it to taking a shower to cooking dinner to I was like, okay, what's happening today? That's not Johnny Depp. To Sully, will you please come on and save me? To us talking here. I mean, that is every step of the way of what happened tonight.
Look at
So
Vol's comment. She got her legal team at Dollar Tree.
that's my second favorite comment tonight. I love that. Uh, it's true. That's how it feels like. And hang on a second here. What did I just see?
He's trying to explain that. No, his team tries to have her suit thrown out.
Oh yes, okay. His team. Now that makes sense.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
denied him. Okay.
So yeah, because it would be. I mean, every time you get sued, the very first thing should be, there's no, it's just a sworn denial to the charges, and you say, I didn't do it, and this needs to be removed because you failed to state a cause for which relief can be granted, is what is in federal rules of evidence. Rule 12b-6. That's the only time I can pull a rule out of my butt. Uh, Everything else, I'm like, wait a second, what is that? What are they talking about there? I did not do well in evidence. That was, and I wish I'd say I knew it was such an important part, but it was kind of a cupcake class. They just had the right professor at the right time, so
Hmm.
I took that focus and put it onto like things where I like, oh my gosh, what was the awful one? Family law. That one killed me. But mortgages and trust. Mortgages. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not mortgages and trust. It was mortgages. Maybe it's just mortgages was the name of the class. That class, I walked out of there and I passed. And I said, this grade right here, I think I got a D. I was like, D is for diploma. I said, this grade right here is proof that there is a God and He loves me because I have no idea what this class was about. I mean, I have no idea. And the professor was even like, yeah, it's like I've been teaching. Oh, no. The other one, oh, that was horrible too. Negotiable instruments, which everyone just says, oh, it's a
That just
check.
sounds hard.
Yeah, they say it's a check. That's what everyone sells you on the class. Oh, it's like writing a check. Those are negotiable instruments. I actually talked to my professor and I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on, man. And he said, I've been teaching this class for 20 years and I don't know what's going on in it. He said, don't worry about it. You'll do fine. Just do the quizzes. And I'm like, okay. So, but, um, uh oh. Diva is a long story.
Dr. Muffin.
Have you not heard that one?
No, I would love to.
Okay. It was, well, started calling her Dr. Mommy. I don't know why. That was in the Ricada chat.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because her husband brought her muffins or
That was
something.
it. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was like she was trying. They're trying to wrap this thing around her like it was inappropriate or, it was persuasive for something. And her husband brought muffins. To like her practice. It sounds like is in her home, and like maybe Johnny was over there at the house or something, and her husband was like, "Hey, do you want some muffins? I'm gonna get them." And came back with like blueberry muffins, right? Whatever. And so anyway, when she starts, she had it frustrated her that she had to explain that she's not buying favor or having an inappropriate, client relationship, whatever. I don't know. And anyway, so that kind of became a thing, and that's
She was
legal
bribing
licensing.
Johnny Depp with muffins.
I don't know. It's something. I mean, these. Let me tell you
It's
what.
so
There's nothing
ridiculous.
worse than lawyers coming up with conspiracy theories, and they start saying stuff because, I mean,
They're
this is a
desperate.
profession where people they used to get paid by the word. Okay,
Hmm.
so
So,
being paid by the hour is cheap.
do you think Johnny will? I mean, most of us think he's going to come out on this deal, but do you think that he'll be awarded the whole 50 million?
He's got to prove damages.
Okay.
And that's the thing I started thinking about today. I don't know what the suit, what it's saying, and whether or not he is. I say what it's saying. Like I don't know if it's like defamation or slander, libel, whatever it is. Uh, those are nearly impossible to get a conviction on.
So, can he get his 7 million back?
That is going to have to be looked at as a contract. That's what it sounds like to me. It was part of the settlement. Uh, Today, though, is the first time I've heard where they've shown there's like a line from Amber where she said something like 5 years ago, or I don't know when all this happened. All this stuff, I guess, happened 6 years ago. So it'd be like 11 years ago. She said something. And then she tried to do an interview trashing Johnny. That went nowhere. She tried to do something else. Anyway, there's like 5 things she publicly went out and claimed or did whatever before this Washington Post article where it actually was accepted and published. And of course, it's right at the peak of the Me Too. And so it kind of, took a life of its own.
Right.
So it shows today that they're trying to draw the line. Whatever I heard, it made to my brain that they're trying to draw the line to show that she had a vindictive uh, thought pattern, and she's been thinking about this for a while, and she's been trying to go after Johnny for all this time, and you know,
Well, I think damages are in his finger for sure,
yeah, yeah.
and
I don't know.
definitely to those 1,100 thread count sheets.
Yeah,
That's got to count for
were they
something.
1,100 thread count?
I don't know. They've got to
Oh,
be.
uh, uh, there was a yes, he's right. He breaks even, he wins. That's all that matters. Um, there was you're talking about the thread count sheets. Some rapper put out a thing saying, "Man, I'm not sleeping on anything less than 2,000 count." I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh, where do I get those?" I didn't know it
yes.
had such a thing.
My highest count has been 1,200.
Ooh,
Yes.
I'm mine are like what 250.
Oh, you've got to up your game, expert.
I sleep under a sleeping bag. Let me tell you what. Have you ever slept on the streets before?
No.
Okay, well, you know what? Sleeping bag's nice.
I've slept in the backyard. Does that count?
I slept in downtown Philadelphia.
No.
Yeah, me and Vol Storm did.
In your
Yeah.
cars or on the streets
No,
of
no,
the.
I didn't have a car. Car got locked up, so we slept on window seal.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Well, it's funny now, but when you look back on it, I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious then, but now I'm like, man, that kind of stupid.
Hey, what are you gonna do? You gotta have somewhere to hang out.
You know, I, it's just the way it worked out. It
Were
was
you
just the
under
way.
a bridge? Because that
Yeah, it was
matters.
across from the convention center. Actually, it's funny. I was around the corner from the bus stop, and at the bus stop, that's where all the hobos sleep at night because they have those vents, that the steam comes up out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that keeps them warm. But we didn't have that. We had window seals. I mean, I'll tell you what, like stone or marble or whatever it is. Yeah, look, he's right here. It's a true story. True story.
Were y'all just accepted into the group? No
It's
one
funny.
wanted to stab
A
you or
police
anything?
officer came up and said, "Why are y'all here?"
Y'all don't look like the regulars.
Yes, and I was like, "Well, see, here's the thing. They closed that parking garage over there where my car is, and when they close it, like I thought they would just like open the gates and let us out, right?
Right.
No, they put chains like fences down. Like you can't go in. Like we can't go into the car and sleep in the car.
Oh no.
We were locked out of the parking garage. So I mean, what do? It doesn't open until 7 a.m. So you're exhausted, Uh, big day, walk around the streets of Philadelphia, and we
And
lucked
then
up.
sleep on the street.
Yeah, we lucked up. We found some window sills, and but I'll tell you what, that stone though, it. I mean, yeah. See, look, he trolls under the bridge once. Yeah, pretty much. Their shirts. It's the window sill, that stone or marble or whatever it is. I mean, Philadelphia's a beautiful city. If you haven't been there, oh man, I love the place. I understand it's getting bad now, but when we were there, it was nice. Um, anyway, that stone warms up nicely after a couple hours.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
that's a plus.
yeah. It was. I wasn't too cold. Again, it was like in August. So, I mean, it's not cold in August, but
Y'all
I
each
wouldn't.
took a watch. Volster said y'all each took a watch. Does that mean like one of you slept and the other one looked out?
I
Like
you know,
you had
you're gonna have to
a
ask him.
lookout duty?
I don't remember. I just,
No
it was
detail.
like, it's kind of like you're like, wow, I slept 30 minutes. I wasn't planning on doing that, um, because again, I'm watching the hobos. They had these magnificent, uh, collection of shopping carts, and they got all this stuff in them, and they got these big old sleeping bags. I'm like, that's hot. It's but they're not gonna leave their sleeping bag or anything. It'll get stolen. So yeah, the cops did run the homeless off. We were there at a good time, but it. I mean, that's a true. I'm dying if I'm lying about that. That is true. I had
I
no
totally
idea.
believe you. You have had a very exciting life,
Not
whether you
really.
know it or not.
I think it's boring. Really,
No, no,
it's
you're not
quiet.
boring at all.
Yeah, it's quiet. Nothing really good happens. It's
I
sad.
have had a really busy day, and I was I was not as happy as I am right now. And that is what you bring to the table, and I appreciate it.
I don't know about that, but
It's true.
it sounds exciting. You're getting teacher gifts.
Yes. Um, we we did. We went shopping for teacher gifts.
Now,
That's
are they
so stressful.
apples? Do you get like
Um,
green apples or whatever?
actually, we bought gift cards.
Oh, oh.
Well, this is his last year at that school.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll go to the next school, and they have been so good to us. And that school is so safe, and their principal is such a guardian, and we
Here's my
love them.
question: did you already give the gift cards?
No, we're taking. He's taking them in the morning.
Okay, and
That's the last day.
the grades haven't come out yet.
Yes.
They have or they haven't?
Yes, they came
Oh, the
out
grades came
yesterday.
out. Okay, so see, the key is you're supposed to do that before the grades come out.
Yes.
That's what I
Well,
learned. That's what I learned in school.
I think he will learn that. He's still in that pass fail stage, which
Oh,
I hear the whole country wants to go to all the way through college pass fail, so that we
uh,
don't ever have to expect anything from our students again.
Harvard law doesn't flunk you out.
Uh,
And the whole idea is that if you're good enough to get into Harvard, there's no way that you can flunk out. And I'm like, trust me, I could find a way to flunk out.
everyone can.
Yeah, but
Sure.
yeah, it's well, we don't want personal responsibility or any of that stuff like that. Which I
That's
mean,
right.
I'm for that personally to not have any personal responsibility, but I live a very different lifestyle.
Well,
Uh,
it's just like everybody gets a trophy for participating.
yeah, I never
I don't
got a
really like
trophy.
that either. That's why I'm glad that he plays golf, because
Oh, it's awesome.
he's everyone doesn't get a trophy. You have to work really hard to get it.
You could just go like buy one.
Sure, but I think I think him winning it is so much more. Is so much better. He really works hard, and I think I've told you he's our state champion golfer
That's
for
awesome.
for two. This is his second year,
No,
and
be careful. People will try to track you down at
oh
some point.
no,
No, I'm
okay,
kidding.
okay,
I hope
and
not.
well,
I
I
hope
was
not.
just gonna say more good news.
Oh,
Um,
good.
yes, he's been accepted to play PGA starting in July.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, and that's
Ye-
before he goes and plays for the world in Pinehurst. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
wow.
I've never been associated with that big of a celebrity.
No, no, I can't say. Can't say I have. That's awesome. That's got to
Very
be.
exciting.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I have to. I don't either. I really don't. I have to be careful because I don't want that to go to his head and him think he's so good he doesn't have to try. Because then I don't get to go to Pinehurst.
Good point. Very good point. Um. Oh wow, that's just amazing. I really truly is.
Yes. Well, he
Um.
wants to play drive, chip, and putt at the Masters in 24. So that's his mission, and it's been his mission since he could talk. So I guess he'll probably do that if he really wants to. He actually qualified in 2021,
Mhm.
and was on all he had left was the putt. He was on his way to the
Mhm.
playoffs for the Masters in Augusta, and
A
his parents
gopher.
got his
Oh, sorry.
parents got COVID,
Oh.
coronavirus, excuse me,
Oh,
and
no.
I know that's not your favorite word. Um, so they got coronavirus on the weekend that he was supposed to qualify for the putt. It was really
uh,
heartbreaking.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say a gopher came out
Uh,
and took the ball.
yes.
That's
Well, he often says, "We need to kill all the goofers."
yeah. But if I
He's
do
so
that, they'll put
picking
me
up
away
the
for a long
caddies.
time. We've got to
Yes,
watch. I love that movie, by the
I
way.
do too. I love
It's
it.
it's
And
so
Happy
great.
Gilmore, that's another of our favorites.
I think I did not see Happy Gilmore for
Ah,
years, and then
oh,
finally I saw it, and I was like, "This is a good movie." I don't know why I
it's
didn't see this.
hilarious. It's
Uh
hilarious.
oh. What I never did was the Adam Sandler connection. Didn't I tell you about that?
I
So
don't
like
know.
somebody did there's a video where they said that every Adam Sandler movie is like there's an Adam Sandler universe. Yeah,
I believe
there's
that.
yeah we're this is gonna be Friday night. We gotta do this Friday night.
Okay.
There's a Adam Sandler universe, and all the movies he makes all intertwine with each other.
They do. They do. They all have the who's the bully? I can't believe I can't think of it. If somebody knows it, the one that's in every movie,
Oh, Dual Rules? I don't
the
know.
O'Douls,
Is
yes.
that it?
The
I love Billy
O'Douls.
Madison.
Yes, and they're in all of them. There's always the bully kid that's an O'Doul.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that theory still goes on, but yeah, that was the whole point. I don't know. It's amazing. The video itself is amazing, but you'd have to be a really big Adam Sandler fan to
I
follow
am.
that.
Where's
Which
this
is
video?
that's what made me think of it. I'm telling you, you want to do it now? You want to do it Friday night?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, okay. We'll do it Friday night.
No, I mean it's your call. You're the guest.
No, let's do
We
it
can do it
Friday
both
night.
times.
I would love to see it. We'll just do it Friday night.
All right,
That'll
it's
be
several
perfect.
years old, so I don't know. Uh, yes,
That'll
the
give us
Adam
something
Sandler
to all look
universe.
forward to. If you want to see the Adam Sandler video, be sure and be here at FNL
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Oh, so the rabbit discovered that if you type in the expert and FNL, it goes straight to my page, my homepage. I was like, no way, that's crazy. I was like, well, it's just that's a thing now. I mean, it's Friday nights. What are you doing? You're over here. And I was like, I'm trying to make Friday nights great again because it's like, it's like you
Yes.
used to always think Friday nights are great, and then now it's like, Friday night, like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do? The whole movies are gone. Movies used to be
Yes.
great,
Yes, they are.
and then it's like I don't know. It's like even before the great shutdown, shut in, whatever it was. Uh Movies were kind of just going downhill because it's like you're paying so freaking much money, and you've got a much better system at home, or
Right.
your own food or
And they're not
whatever it
making
is.
decent movies. I mean, they just quit making good movies. They're just making the same old thing over and over.
Speaking of movies, did you say that I need to see Gone Baby Gone?
Yes.
Watch that tonight.
Ah, what'd you think?
I wasn't as I don't know. I
It's got
couldn't.
such a twisted ending. The one with
Morgan
Morgan
Freeman?
Freeman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Ben Affleck's brother.
Yes. Right, Casey Affleck. That's all we
Yeah,
got on that movie because we were talking about how we didn't care for him. And said that was the movie that I liked him in.
I don't even know
But
who he is.
he's Ben's brother.
Yeah.
But
I thought that
I've
was
only,
Matt Damon. I thought they were like stepbrothers.
I think they were college buddies.
Oh. Oh, like Yale college buddies?
I don't
The
know.
whole Yale thing?
Are they Yale?
I don't know, but you obviously are not as big of a fan of American Psycho as I am.
I love American Psycho.
Well, they're into that whole Yale thing.
Yes, they are. But Matt Damon's not in that movie.
Oh, well.
But
Oh, my
yes,
gosh.
I thought it was. I mean, it was so creepy. It's hard to watch. But at the end, it was really amazing, especially with this case in
Yeah.
your mind.
Yes.
It's just so strange.
Yeah, it got me looking at a few things. And I was like, oh, a lot of this makes sense to me that I didn't really understand.
Hmm.
I never saw In and Out of the Furnace.
I didn't either. ID Crisis. Did you see the one? And I don't remember. He was in it with Matt Damon, and they were
Matt
walking through the desert.
Damon. Was a horse with no name?
Well, you'd think, but no, they didn't have a horse. And I
Oh.
cannot remember the name of the movie, but it was the whole movie. I thought it was so slow, but at the same time, I could not look away. And the whole movie, they're just walking through the desert, just the two of them. I think there's only a cast of two, actually. Um, maybe there's some people in the first of it, but the whole movie's just them.
Why are they in the
It's
desert?
They're stranded.
Okay, did a plane crash or something? Because how do you get stranded in the desert?
It seems like they were on motorcycles. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I cannot remember the name. I probably shouldn't have brought it up, but it's just such a weird movie that it's the only other Casey Affleck movie I pretty much know about. It's one of those crazy morning movies. You know, I've explained crazy morning movies to you before.
Oh man, ID Crisis. Yeah, he has seen Gone Baby Gone.
Yes. What do you think? What do you think? ID Crisis.
It's funny that because now when I see his comment, it reminds me of the comic book he's working on. Uh, that's kind of like the drive behind his hero is. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait for that book to get out. It's really cool. He said that some of the stuff that I had talked about uh, made him like that was like kind of like his character's background. Well, he was thinking about and everything. So I don't know. But yeah, he said the hardest part was the dialogue.
The movie is so disturbing. It's hard to watch, but it has such a. I love movies with a twist. Like that's why I liked Fight Club, and that's why I liked Gone Baby Gone. I love that twisted ending where you just know what's going to happen, and all of a sudden something just clearly out of the blue comes in it. I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
you would have never thought that that's how that movie was going to end. Gone Baby
Oh,
Gone, right? Did you
yeah.
guess the ending? My husband is
Um.
a notorious movie guesser.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you guess it, you shouldn't say while you're watching it. Like you say, the way
I
you said that your
agree.
husband is a notorious movie
He's
guesser.
notorious. Like, this is what's going to happen next. And sometimes he'll be right. Didn't I tell you? But if he's wrong, he's like, well, this, I told you. He's never
Yes.
wrong on that. But
Well,
he is notorious for guessing what's going to happen
well, you just need
next.
to tell him that you know that because there's an algorithm. And it's all the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes.
And it'd be like, yeah, you're not telling us anything new, bud.
Well, I told
I
him
mean,
that he's
it
jumping the
aggravates me.
shark.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, he is. He's a notorious movie guesser.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
he just got it right so many times that he thinks he's good at it.
When you go see a Batman movie, he's going to do Batman stuff. When you go see James Bond, he's going to do James Bond stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now,
There's
he
no
doesn't.
trick. I like seeing him do James Bond stuff and Batman stuff. That's why I go see him.
Yes, right.
Yes. I know what you're
I
talking
love
about, though.
James Bond. James Bond is a movie I love. It is. I'll watch anything. As a matter of fact, both of us are James Bond freaks, and we had the chance to go to Monaco. And the
Ooh.
first thing we did was go into the casino,
Hmm.
and he ordered. He's so wonderful. He ordered a martini, shaken not stirred,
Awesome.
and the guy just. I looked at him. I said, "You've never heard that before." And
Yeah.
so I whipped out my camera to take a picture of him because,
Uh huh.
we were really dressed to go in
Yeah.
there. And he was standing there with his martini doing his James Bond thing. And the entire casino came and attacked me. They were just, oh, put your camera up. Put your camera up. Oh,
Oh.
yes, they freaked out. And there were just big rollers. I mean, big
Yeah.
rollers that had parked their yacht
Yeah.
out front. And they were at the tables and girls all over them. They could be 80 years old. So I walked up to a table, being me,
Yeah.
and said, and threw the dice and said, baby needs a new pair of shoes.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
the little old man that had all these hot models standing around him said, how did you learn that, girl?
That is awesome. That is
Because
so
no
great.
girls gamble there.
Yeah.
They don't gamble, and so I was determined to get a $20 marker from there, a $20 marker,
Yeah.
so that I could use it. We could use it on the golf course.
Uh huh. Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yes, and so I bet I bet 10 and won 10 and walked out with my $20 marker.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Uh, Now, of course, you can't say you like James Bond without the question being, what's your favorite one? Like, who is your favorite Bond?
Robert.
What?
Is
Roger?
it Roger?
Roger Moore.
Yes. Yes, Roger Moore.
Nobody says Roger Moore.
I know, but he was the first.
No, that's Sean Connery.
Oh. Well, Goldfinger is my favorite
Oh my gosh.
Bond
Okay,
movie.
all sins are forgiven. All sins are forgiven.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This friend of mine, uh hang on a second. Um yeah, this friend of mine is a huge James Bond. He's like read all the books. He's done all this stuff, and Goldfinger's the movie. I mean, that is just, and I'm like, it's one of my favorite movies. Period.
It is. It's so good.
Uh,
Now, is that the one where
with Pussy
which one
Galore.
is the one where they yes, I love that one.
Yes.
Which one is the one where they blow up the island at the end? Is that
Is it?
Goldfinger?
No, is that
Yeah, he's
with?
got the big silver tooth guy.
Oh, yeah, Jaws was that guy. I do not.
Yes.
I do
I
not
can't
know.
remember the
I've
name of it.
seen I've seen every James Bond, but I'm not an aficionado like that. And
Right. I'm not either. It's I love to watch the movies, but
I knew this was gonna
most of
come
them I
on.
haven't seen in a long time.
So my friend that I was just talking about that has read all the books, all this stuff. George Lazenby, he says is
Moonraker.
if it wasn't Sean Connery, he loves Sean Connery. I mean, let's face it, the way he says "pussy galore," that's just
Yes.
his accent
Good
is
lord.
so galore, however that is. But he says George Lazenby's like his second favorite. Um, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I cannot believe Goldfinger is just an incredible, incredible movie. Um, and I never liked the James Blonde Daniel Craig.
Oh,
A
he was
lot
the
of
newer one.
Yeah,
He
a
always
lot of people liked
reminds
him.
me of oh, I'm going blank. I'm not thinking clearly. But he reminds me of Steve McQueen.
Oh, he does kind of look like him.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Oh man, yeah. Which I thought about that before, because I never was a big fan. I really did like Pierce Brosnan. And I know a lot of people
Okay.
didn't, but I think Pierce was like Timothy Dalton. He didn't fit the role.
No.
Roger Moore.
Pierce is just too skinny to me. He's just too he's just he doesn't have the suave that
Pierce
Connery had.
Brosnan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love what's the one Tomorrow Never Dies, where it's about the it has
Hmm.
who's that chick? She was in Lois and Clark. She was in Desperate Housewives or
Oh,
Terry Hatcher.
yes.
Terry Hatcher's in it, and uh, you just said Steve McQueen, and that also reminded me of what's the Cheryl Crow did the song for it.
Love her.
And in the song for Tomorrow Never Dies, it says, it has the line martinis, girls, and guns. And I love that. I absolutely, like, that could be a t shirt. I would own it.
Well, if I
And,
had to pick a new James Bond, I would pick Austin Powers.
that is awesome. He said he wants to do another one.
Oh, I would watch them as long as people do them.
I
They're
saw that the other
hilarious.
day. I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
They are hilarious.
Austin Powers is one of those where I watched it one time.
Oh,
I've
B.
never watched him again. I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I don't have to. That's a movie I don't have to see more than once. Really. I mean, it's just
But
that
I feel
way.
like there's a lot of jokes I've missed.
Probably not. I don't
Oh,
know. Like Happy Gilmore, I have to see many more times in my
mm-hmm.
life. Um, but I Austin Powers is once you see it, it's hilarious and you can move on.
Clive
But
Owen would have made one.
and I'll tell you another good movie. It's not a Bond movie. It's a Western and it's Cat Ballou. And if you
Who's in
haven't
it?
seen that, it's excellent. It's Jane Fonda, maybe 67, and Lee Marvin. Isn't that right? Lee
Really?
Marvin? Yes, it's
Lee
hilarious.
Marvin and Jane Fonda on the same set?
Yes, yes, and she's very young. It is such a good movie. It's Cat Ballou, and it has uh, it's got this little like a sideshow soliloquy type melody
Mm-hmm.
that two guys play, and I cannot remember one of them, but the other one is Nat King Cole is one of the players, and
Really?
yes, and I mean I can sing the whole songs, but they're
What's the
just
name of it again?
Cat Blue, C-A-T
Uh-huh.
B-A-L-L-O-U,
B-A... Did I...
L-L-O-U.
Oh, you.
hmm it's if even if you had to pay to rent it, it's worth it.
Get it? Um,
It's really good.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Most
I've
a
not...
lot of people haven't heard of it. I've heard of it because it's close to my family, but we watched it a lot, you know. But it's really a comedy, and it's color, you know. It's Technicolor.
Not black and white?
No, it's not black and white.
Not black and white?
Yes, so
I
it's
don't
really
know.
fun.
I like black and white movies.
I do too.
Uh, you'll notice if you watch it, like real good ones. Do you like Casablanca?
I do.
My
I've seen
wife,
it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, though.
she had never seen it. And I showed it to her finally because I was like, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. I mean, years. And no, no, no. Finally watched it. I was like, what did you think? And she says, meh.
Uh,
I was like, oh, I mean, I'm surprised my
you're
phone didn't just
speechless.
start. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, what? Are we really married? What happened here? Casablanca is like, it's so incredible. And the cinematography of that is so
Yes,
fast paced. You don't even realize it is black and white.
right.
I mean,
There's a
everything
lot of
about it.
movies I like because of the photography in them.
Yeah, it's great.
It's why I love Wes Anderson. Anything he produces, I want to see it because it's really just all about the the photography. You know, he sets up all of his sets like doll houses. It's really amazing. He does Moonrise Kingdom. Bill Murray's in all his movies.
Hang on a second. Now, here's what's sad is that my IMDb for him was already been clicked, and I was like, oh, so I know we've had this conversation probably,
We
which is gonna be
probably have.
great. This is okay. So I only have 6 stories, so you'll hear those same stories over and over
He
again.
does Royal Tenenbaums. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I think that was
That's
it.
the
It was
one you
Roll
want to
Tenenbaum was
watch
the
from
only
him.
one I saw.
Yes, the
I
others are
did see
slow.
Rushmore.
But I think Royal Tenenbaums is hilarious, and it took forever. My I don't really have anybody that loves it as much as I do, but that's one I've got to see again and again and again. It's because Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'm not a big Gwyneth Paltrow fan, but she is absolutely hilarious in that movie, and so is Gene. Uh, the dad, Royal Tenenbaum. What's
Gene
his
Hackman.
Gene? Yes.
Gene
He's just
Hackman's
such a
awesome.
nasty old man. I love it. He's hilarious.
I loved him. It, was there another one though? Before I say this, well, going back, if you go back and you watch him in Superman, he really was a good Lex Luthor.
Well,
But
he was Cool Hand Luke. He was in Cool Hand Luke.
was he
Hmm.
with?
Have you seen Cool Hand Luke?
Yes, I've seen Cool Hand
Okay.
Luke with.
Yeah, he's in that.
Uh, why can't I think of the guy's name?
George Kennedy and Paul Newman. Mm-hmm.
Paul Newman. Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
hold on. Yeah, Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. I've seen that a couple times. It's
I've passed that one on. My daddy passed it to me, and I've passed it on.
Cool Hand Luke.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you say pass that on. That is something that I think that we're now at the generational thing where we need to say, hey, there are some good movies out there you need to see.
Right.
You know, like
Instead of watching this crap.
because
right now.
well,
Sorry.
they're so like Gone with the Wind, for instance. It's like everybody needs to see that movie. And just because, and you have to, when you see it though, you have to have yourself in that time period. And I'm not talking about Civil War. I'm talking about 1930s.
Right.
You know, and you can imagine what it was like. You know, I understand that like when Wizard of Oz came out and it went to color. You know, it starts off black and white and it goes to
Right.
color. Like people
Yes.
were like, was that the one? Like people ran out of the movie theaters because they were scared when it went to color.
I don't know, but I know like when we were kids, we loved Andy Griffith. The second Technicolor hit, we quit watching him.
That's funny.
We
Yeah, it's not as
loved.
good.
It wasn't. It was not as good. And they're like I Dream of Jeannie. Her best ones were in black and white, and I wasn't born yet,
Everything
but I loved to
Barbara
see that.
Eden was in was her best one.
Yes,
I
she's.
mean, yeah.
I met her at
A Whataburger?
no at Biloxi in Biloxi at whose home is there? Is it Thomas Jefferson that has a home down there in Biloxi? It's a
Jefferson
museum now.
Davis did.
Okay, Jefferson Davis. Okay.
Yes. Big difference.
Yes.
Big difference.
I know. I'm sorry. I just knew, I knew it had the Jefferson in it. But he, yes, we toured his home, and she was touring too. And my father-in-law said, "Oh my gosh, I'd give anything to meet her." And so I said, "Well, let's just go meet her." Oh no,
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to say. And so I just went up and said, "Our dad wants to meet you really bad." And she said, "Oh, where is he?" She was
Yeah.
nice as she could be. And she just went over and she talked to him. He was so starstruck. He didn't, after we left, and he's very smart, respected, successful man.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left, he goes, "You know what I didn't do? I couldn't get out of my mouth, 'Can I have your autograph?'"
That is hilarious.
He just couldn't even talk.
That is hilarious. No, it would have been better if he had said, I couldn't get out of my mouth. Can I have your phone number?
I need to get
That's
your
how-
digits.
Yeah, that's how you make everybody uncomfortable. I want to be that guy. You know, I want to make everybody
Well, my
uncomfortable.
husband actually told me that. Did you get her digits?
That's funny.
And that's what prompted him to say, "I couldn't even speak enough to get her autograph."
That's funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Like famous people, they're just people.
Right.
You know, it's
And some of them are nice people, and some of them think they're royalty.
Yes. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, RJ's here.
RJ.
Yeah. It's Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, Beverly Hillbillies
Yes,
in
black and
color.
white.
They're horrible in color.
And they all went downhill after that.
Now, has anybody studied to say why it does that? Why is it because it's what you first see you're more used to, or is it going back to that cinematography and the way they operate cameras? When they went from black and white to color, they didn't change because filming a movie in black and white is different. The way they focus on, because they don't focus on a image like a color, they focus on texture or something like that.
Oh,
You tell me. You're the photographer.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I mean, I shoot black and white and color, and I tend to like the black and whites better sometimes, and unless I'm really going after like if there's a lot of trees and things like that or water, I want it to be color. But and people tend to buy more black and whites because they're soft. They show a lot of emotion. Like
Yeah.
maybe that's it. You're not distracted by the color. You're really seeing the emotion. It's that time captured, that 1 second captured on film, and it's pure. There's nothing distracting you from what you're looking at. Because when I'm processing them, I can be really distracted by the color of the trees, or the sun is not the right shade. But I turn it black and white, and it's instantly a perfect picture.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to. I searched on the wrong thing. I have a picture I'm trying to pull up, and it's exactly. It describes exactly what I'm talking about and what you're saying. That makes sense. I don't know if that makes
Well,
sense.
think of Alfred Hitchcock. His movies would have never been the same in color. I mean, you've seen Psycho, right?
Um.
Tell me you've seen Psycho.
Yes, I did see Psycho. Sorry.
Okay. Not Vince Vaughn's Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Uh, did he do Psycho?
Yes. He sure did.
I know he
And
did that.
the birds.
No, The Burbs with Tom Hanks. That's a
That's
great
different.
movie. That's
How
his
did you
best.
get?
The Burbs. That is Tom Hanks' best film.
My favorite film of Tom Hanks was a cross between Bachelor Party and um, Money Pit. I don't know which one I like more.
Shelley Long ruins Money Pit for me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got Diane from Cheers.
Uh-huh.
Just reminds me of that.
Oh yes, I see that. I can see that. See,
So
I
okay.
liked it before that. So
So this is the picture I was talking about. You see that?
yes, yes, that's the Children of the Dust Bowl.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
yes,
Yes.
that is actually West Texans that went to California and tried to tried to get jobs that they were promised because all the topsoil blew away. And
Yeah.
they went there and they weren't accepted. They were literally kept in a camp.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a period of history of America.
Hmm.
I mean, if you look at those 100 years before, well, I mean, actually, we'll go until the end of World War II because World War II is no picnic.
Right. My
Well,
granddaddy was World War II.
you
He's
go back. I'm sorry. What?
he's a World War II hero.
Really?
Yes, he wrote a book.
Really?
I wish I could send it to you. It's so sweet. It's such a great book. Talking about his time on the ship, and he saved his ship when they were torpedoed. They had
Oh
had
wow.
3 kamikazes crash into the deck that day, and that night while they were sleeping, a torpedo hit it. It
Oh
was the
wow.
USS Reno, and he went down and kept the engines running. He and his friend, his Navy buddy, and they kept the engines running, and he was burned down there, and he got a Purple Heart. Now this is the fun part:
Uh huh.
is they never sent it to him.
Oh
So when he retired, he decided he might write and find out why.
yeah.
And he they said, oh, this was an accident. He got an accommodation letter. He was on the front page of the newspaper for
Uh
getting
huh.
his Purple Heart. And 10 years later, he was 81, and he got a note that I got a letter from the draft board that said, um, we see that you haven't registered for the draft. It gave the rule how you have to do that if you're a male, and
Yeah.
um, you have 30 days, and this is what's going to happen to you if you don't register.
Uh-huh.
And so he called the newspaper back, and they came and covered it again. And so he was on the newspaper because he got his Purple Heart 70 years late, and
Uh-huh.
then got called out because he hadn't registered for the draft in 81 at
Oh my
81 years old.
gosh.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
he was
gosh.
very famous for a while.
Yeah, bureaucracy at its best.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something else. Well, I love World War II. Like that is
I do
my
too.
it clicks with me in history. The other thing I love is Civil War. Because that's the one that I'm so convinced that if you don't remember history, you'll repeat it.
That's right.
And but World War II is really where American exceptionalism came to the forefront. And but that 100 years, you go from like, what was that 1946? This is when the war ended. You go
Hmm.
back to like 1846, and it was a really bad time for everybody.
Right.
I mean, it just there's nothing good, and the Dust Bowl here. That's really when like photography and stuff kind of took off,
Yes.
and that picture is just it's a gripping picture,
Stunning. Well, there
and
were a lot of pictures taken in that time. They raised the flag, and that picture was taken in that close to that same time period.
you talking about Iwo Jima?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I knew a Marine that was at Iwo Jima, and it was he was a very very good friend of mine. He was God, I totally would dox myself right there if I start talking too much more about him. But it's one of the things I love those World War II veterans. And I realized one day, I heard something like how many were dying every day or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, and I was like, everyone I meet, I'm gonna make sure I ask them to tell me their story.
Do we still have them? Because I mean, my
Yeah,
granddaddy's not here anymore, and he came home in 44. So
there's
that was at the end, wasn't it? Was it 44 or 40? Yeah,
uh
it ended 44, wasn't it?
44 was Victory Europe, right? And then 45 was Victory Japan.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like 46 when it was over. I
So
think that's when the
it
baby
may have
boom
been
started.
45.
Um, yeah, that's it. But it's just such an exceptional people, you
Do
know?
you know, have you ever read the story about the 13-year-old that went and registered and lied about his age? And he was fighting in World War II, and wound up, they found out, but he had already been in several battles.
Oh, he was too young to be
He was
in service.
13.
Oh
Yes, he was
wow!
13, and he
In
lied
World War
about his
Two,
age. Yes. And I
that's
think it's
awesome.
so interesting that he wanted to do that so bad for his country at 13 years old. But I
Yeah,
also think it's really interesting how easy it was for him just to say, I'm 18. At that
yeah,
time, I mean, even when I was a teenager, um, you didn't get in trouble for things that are taken way out of context now.
oh yeah, yeah. Everything is everybody's upset about everything.
Yes.
It's I don't know. It's uh I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't. Just
I
everybody gets
know.
upset about everything. We just need to chill out and have a good time.
Yes.
It's like I love the line Rodney Dangerfield uses in Caddyshack. At the end, he just blurts out, "Hey, we're all gonna get laid,"
Yes.
and I'm like,
Yes.
"That's awesome." I mean, that's just when I
I'm,
was when I was in college, I was part of a political organization, and a good one. But it was uh, God, man, everybody know who I am if I start telling these stories. But anyway, uh,
Wait, were you? You're not.
what
You're not a past president, are you?
of what?
Of the United States?
Oh,
Governor or something like that.
I'm George W. Bush. No.
No, that's guava. That's guava all the
Yeah,
way.
yes, he is George Bush. Did you see George P. Bush lost?
No,
And you know who that is, right?
that's a
Jeb's
grandson, isn't it?
kid. It's Jeb's
Yes,
kid. Yeah,
yes.
and he ran for attorney general. And
Oh,
uh,
I
oh,
did
that's
not know
cool.
that.
I was just looking at
I
RJ.
did vote yesterday, though. I
Yeah, I
did
saw
vote
that. I
yesterday.
saw that.
Yes,
Uh,
I'm making a
oh
difference.
yeah,
Doing my part.
they love the Georgia primary. They're like, it is a strike against Trump, and they just were like rolling for it. I'm sitting there going, everybody he endorsed in Pennsylvania won. Everybody he
Mm-hmm.
endorsed in Alabama, I think, won. Everybody he
Right.
endorsed in Texas won, and Georgia's the one where they're like, I forget who it was that went. I'm like, Georgia is the center of the whole controversy.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
this explain. This is like
Yes.
everybody should be going like, hey, wait a second here. What's happening? Is Stacey Abrams still counting votes down there?
Right. And
Uh,
I'm telling you, this comes out of the mouth of a 7-year-old. I'm
mhm.
not drinking Sprite anymore. Why? Because it's a Coke product. Yes, a 7-year-old.
What happened with Coke?
Because because they went crazy. They went blue. Bad. They should change their cans to
They got
Pepsi.
woke. They got
Yeah,
woke.
there you go. They got woke.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
yes, and I won't use what he says, but he just said. And then the other day we're sitting there, and of course we went to the candy store after school,
Yes, I
and
love going to the candy store.
I do too. And we have an old fashioned candy store here, so it's fun.
Awesome.
But he got his favorite candy, and I picked up a bag of M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, and he said,
Have you had the peanut butter M and M's?
No, I haven't. I can't.
Oh, they're
Okay. Well, you're going to be brokenhearted because he
what's
says
that?
I can't eat M&Ms anymore. And he
Why?
called. Well, I don't know if I
They're
can say
woke.
this. Can you bleep me if it's wrong?
No, I can't.
Um.
So let's save that. Okay, let's save it. Let's not nuke.
Okay.
Let's not
Okay.
nuke channels. Look,
Okay.
man, I'm all about nuclear energy, nuclear bombs, but let's not nuke the channel.
Okay. Well, can I say it on Friday night?
We'll talk between now and Friday night.
Okay.
After this show's over, stick around and you can tell me. I'll be like, okay, yeah.
It's hilarious. You'll only appreciate it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, you know it's funny. You say a 7-year-old, and that's what is driving the narrative people crazy. Is that conservatism? And it's not conservatism. It's Trumpism. Is what's happened, and they are counterculture. Like they are the new Sex Pistols, Ramones, all the
Yes.
stuff. That's
He's
who.
crazy about Trump.
Oh yeah.
When we voted, he walked into the voting poll. It was really interesting because the lady said, um, she asked me which ballot I wanted. I
Hmm.
told her, and I said, I hope you've had a lot of those today. And she said, well, actually, I have, which I thought she would never say. Um, and then we're walking over because I took him with me so he could see, and he
Hmm.
helped me, pick the people we were going to pick.
Yeah.
And boy, he knew every one of them. No, you want to pick him because this is him, and he knew the reasons and everything. And
That's awesome.
then he went, he said, let's go, Brandon.
That's
And I said,
awesome.
you can't say that in a voting poll.
No, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
I
Yeah.
loved it. He said, why? It's just 3 words.
Oh man, I've had to. I used to do the uh, what's those things called? The voting precincts,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to make a guy turn a Trump shirt inside out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was in charge of the precinct,
Did
which
that
means
not, did that
do
not
what?
make you, when there's people that are out on the street protesting in front of it? That's really
No, we're in
insane.
Tennessee. We don't have protesters.
Oh,
No, man, this is East Tennessee. Okay, we don't have that sort of stuff.
I think it's so odd that you can't wear
Yeah,
a Trump shirt.
you can't wear political stuff inside a voting precinct.
That's really interesting because I'm sure he had something on that was probably a flag. He's crazy about red, white, and blue. He's
Well,
crazy
that's
about it.
fine. That's fine. You just can't have on there like the name of a candidate.
Okay.
You can't be campaigning inside of the voting precinct.
Oh, so that counts as campaign. Okay.
Yeah, and so here comes big old boy. Oh man, he was so proud. He got his clean shirt which said Trump on it, and it was election day. And he comes in. He's wearing cowboy boots. He's came right off the farm, and he comes in. I go, whoa, dude. I was like, man, I'm sorry, you can't wear that in here. And I was like, I mean, this guy towered over me. He went on to he either has like I don't know, a championship bull riding thing by now, or he's like in the WWE. And I really thought I was gonna have some problems. Like, look, man, here's the deal. I'm the one that's in charge of this precinct. I get the honor of telling her about this. I'm telling you, everything's good here. There's a good precinct. Nothing's gonna happen. And see, I'm not supposed to be political at all.
Mm.
And I told the guys, like, look, man, I'm a Trump dude, okay? But I've got to do this. I was like, and we did. I was like, man, we got that Democrat Hillary person. This guy is sitting in the corner, watching us. I was like, just do this for me, man, and trust me, your vote's gonna get counted. Everything's gonna be okay. And
So you couldn't wear a "Make America Great Again" hat into a voting poll.
no, no, not in Tennessee. It's campaigning.
That
So
is amazing. I did
yeah.
not. I mean, I didn't even think about that. It would be very, to me, that would be the shirt that you would want to wear if you're going to vote.
Do
It
you
would be the
have
perfect day for it.
Do you have like do you have signs up so you have to be so many feet away from the front door of the voting precinct?
I don't know. I should have noticed that, but I just walk in, and I
Yeah, ours
usually
is.
vote in the afternoon after school, so it's not really busy. It usually is busy between 5 and 7.
Uh huh.
But I don't know. Everybody's really
Ours.
nice, but our town is small, and we know them
Yeah.
all, and.
See, we're supposed to be 100 feet away from the door that you go into at the precinct. And I'm talking about campaign people. I mean, I'm taking this approach from campaigns because, uh,
Oh,
I mean,
now
RJ.
campaign. I think there is a rule on that in campaigns. I don't think you can campaign out in the parking lot.
RJ, I'm not a poll watcher where you are. I'm
There
out.
you go. I'm gonna
I,
try it
I don't.
next
I don't
time.
do that anymore, RJ. I'm down there at the wherever Podoke precinct that Birch sends me to. So anyway, RJ, he's again Twitter, and we both got together because of our congressman. And anyway, that's why I'm
What
giving him
he
a.
said, it really was good for my heart. He
What's
just
that?
said, "Yes, the younger generation is awake. It gives me hope."
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah.
haven't thought about that, but I'm telling you, I don't know how he doesn't give you his political opinion. He gives you, like, I asked him one time, um, you know, uh, what do you like about President Trump? And he said,
His hair.
well, he said, I could tell you, but what I can tell you is what I don't like about Biden.
That's awesome.
And I said, okay. And he just goes like, okay, we've got a deficit here. We've got too much, we're paying too much for our gas. We can't get
Oh wow.
chicken. I mean, they didn't have chicken nuggets at McDonald's yesterday. And
Did
he's
you call
just,
911?
I just thinking, how does he know all this? And then I started noticing that all of his library books are on political, uh, like presidents, past presidents,
Mm-hmm.
Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson, and he just reads all the time about politicians, and I think that is really interesting because we don't. My husband knows a lot about politicians, but I personally don't. I have to read up before I go vote, unless I know that person or
Yeah.
have some kind of information. But he is really. I, that leads me to something. I want to
Mm-hmm.
ask your opinion on this while I'm here.
Uh,
Um, Yesterday, we had an amendment to vote on, and that was to give $85 million to parks and recreation.
mm-hmm.
And I thought, I don't know what to do here, you know? And he said, vote no. And
Yeah.
I said, why? And he said, because if they're going to give $85 million to anybody, they need to give it to police officers in schools.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we want our parks to be nice. And he said, we don't need $85 million to make our parks nice. I have fun in the park every time I go.
That is hilarious. I love it.
Yes. And I'm
Yes.
just,
Look at this. Look right there. That says it all. That says it all.
get him on the field.
So
Oh,
true. So true.
so do you think we did the right thing by
Oh
doing
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You
Always
did.
vote no. Always vote no.
On an
Uh,
amendment like that?
well, it's okay. Well, first of all, you're in Alabama,
They're
and
so tricky because you find
yeah,
out there's so many
because
loopholes in them.
you know Alabama has the largest constitution in the world.
Oh, no. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah, it's something about the way y'all's is set up that it's like 1,050 pages or something like that. Just unbelievably, and I forget how it is. It's like so many things are where like there'd be regular statutes in like Tennessee where, or I mean, a lot of states have the same type of system as like Tennessee does. That in Alabama, it's set up that it would be constitutional amendments. So it makes Alabama constitutional law very tricky. And it's just, it's a weird, so like, yeah, when you say there's an amendment, I mean, think about that. A constitutional amendment to spend $85 million. That
Right.
blows my mind. Because like our constitution in Tennessee is like how the U.S. Constitution is. You have, which is very plain, very small. This is
I just don't. I think he. I get him on here. I just think. I just don't see. I think he's right that if we don't have $85 million and our parks are this nice, where is that $85 million going to go? You know,
yeah.
I just think I'm just so suspicious now. I mean, I'm at today. I'm now not trusting my banker. So
That's awesome.
that's where things are for me. It's so hard at this time to, we were talking and I said the three people that you need to trust without a doubt is your doctor, your teacher, and your banker because they're in charge of your education, your health, and your money. And money is freedom in this country. So I just think that me losing trust in my banker. I was coming home calling my husband saying, we're not banking there anymore. And he's like, let me just call so and so and we'll take care of this. Just calm down.
That's
Because
awesome.
because you lose trust in the bank and it's very hard to gain it back, when all your money's in there.
Nerd, I'll send you a show link, but we're getting ready to get off here. We've been on for 2 hours.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, yeah, we
Wow,
have.
time flies with
I know
you,
it
that's for
does.
sure.
It does. Um, but yeah, that's I mean, okay, you say that about banks. That goes back to the 20s, uh, or I guess the
Mattress money.
30s. Yeah, yeah. And people had multiple banks,
Yes.
because they never trusted putting it
Right.
all in one place.
Hmm.
And if I had money, I'd have like I'd have a lot of cool stuff, but I wouldn't have any in the bank.
Well, let me ask you this, since you know politics. Okay, so um, my husband was set to retire
Wish
at
you
the
been
end
here
of
a lot,
last
huh?
year,
Yeah.
and he decided not to because he could work another year and good things would happen, right?
Yeah.
So then he's saying now that he wants to retire before a certain time because he's afraid that his retirement will go down. Well, now that things are just crashing into the ground,
Hmm.
he's wondering if he shouldn't work through this presidency.
Yeah, right?
What do
I mean,
you
that's
think
what.
about that?
Well, first of all, I'm the wrong person to
I
ask
don't
for
think
anything.
so.
I don't think anybody. I mean, I'll do. This is my. I am a, jaded person about retirement, and the reason why is because I saw it, my parents retire,
Hmm.
and my mom was great. My dad, when he retired, it was just his quality of life went down to crap.
Right.
Uh,
And I've worried about that, but I think he'll go off. So,
yeah, but
but we're just worried about mine because did he work all this time and have this fantastic retirement? And now, if he retires right now, he's not going to have. Doesn't his account isn't it going to be affected by this presidency with the stock market and all
yeah,
the
I mean, right?
financial?
It might
Yeah.
be. It might be. Um, and Jeez, I don't know. If you're questioning it,
I think
then
he wants to retire,
uh,
and he knows. I mean, I could ask him instead of expert on YouTube,
yeah, don't ask me. I
but
know nothing. I'm like the world's worst
but
with
he
money.
can't explain it. He
Trust me.
can't make me understand it.
Um, well, if he's having second doubts, and I'm talking to you,
Right.
not to him. It's like because you're like, well, what would you? What you're asking like, what should you say to him? It's like, well, it's his choice because
I'm just
you
wondering.
already made your choices, right?
Right.
You retired, and
And I made
so
them in Trump's era.
yeah, there you go. Now here's the key, and this is what my mom always said was that she's like, if my dad retired, she would kill him because he'd be home all the time.
See, mine's the opposite. He'll be gone constantly because he'll
Well, see,
golf 24 hours a day.
remember, and all it takes is one torn ligament, and he's home all the time.
Oh my goodness, I haven't thought about that. Look at
Yeah,
you. That's
yeah.
why you're the expert.
I'm that because I'm a harasser. I'm a harasser. Um, Jeez. Anyway, I don't know. And you know what? That's scary. That is scary to think about what you're saying
Hmm.
because that's not you're not the only person facing that.
Right. Well, it just makes you think like what I mean, I think we always think that way, but it's like if if I retire now, if I stayed 2 more years of this presidency and things got healthier, if we do the right thing,
Hmm.
and then would we have come out better,
Yeah.
and so you don't want to jump the gun and lose what you could have had. You didn't hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God, I mean, it's just yeah. Like I hate retirement. I just
What was
like.
the stock market? Wasn't it down 400
Oh,
this week?
do you think I know about that stuff? I mean, come on. Like,
You're
listen. Let
kidding.
me tell you what. I invested all my money in Doge or Dog A, however you say it. Dog A coins, and now they're down to like nothing. They're like 8 cents. Those things were like 72 cents. I didn't sell, and now they're 8 cents.
Keep
So,
them. Somebody will
yeah, it
bring them
was
back
like
up.
yeah. The whole point of getting them was it was fun.
Right.
Um, it's I don't know. No, it's just yeah. I'm an anti-retirement person.
I thought I was too, and I really um
Yeah,
I've had
you
to
found a
stay
new
really
career. You're
active.
a social media personality.
I am loving this. I'll have
You
to
are
say.
you are sought after. I mean, like whenever you're on somebody's chat or something, everybody like the whole thing lights up. Sully,
And I
and
don't feel very bright tonight. I'm sorry.
why you made me?
I just had a
We've
hard day.
I was ready to do this for an hour, and we've done this 2 hours now.
There
So
you go.
anyway, well, that speaking of that, I'm gonna say goodnight to the guest. Stick around, Sully, and that way you can tell me what your what the night can be said on
M&M's.
Friday. Okay. But anyway, guys, this has been another night. I don't have an outro that I like. That's what kills me.
Uh, I'm sorry to keep you, expert, but I
Mm?
just see Bear Bryant in your chat, and I'm not
Uh
sure what we said. I think it was
oh.
written that big to protect Bear Bryant.
What?
I'm not sure what that's referring to, but I want to know.
I don't
Don't
see
you?
that.
I've learned that chats are very hard to read, and I realize that I do that to you all the time.
Oh, go back.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm responding to what you're saying in the moment. You know?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
that's
giving.
interesting.
I guarantee you, RJ's giving you a hard time with uh, Alabama. So,
Roll Tide, RJ.
oh gosh, you don't say that.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry. I didn't run
no,
that
there's nothing
by
for
you.
you to be sorry of. You know, it's funny. I actually tell people, I'm like, no, no, no. She graduated from there at the top of her class. Like this is an honor thing for her. Okay, she's not the bag boy from Walmart. That's like, oh, Alabama's the greatest. It's like, oh yeah, what year did you graduate Alabama? They wouldn't let me graduate high school. So that's okay. My girlfriend's got my kid. Well, it's not really my kid, but I do the right thing. And I always love when they say they do the right thing. And
Yeah.
so it's my kid now, and so yeah, I'm here. I'm here, Walmart, putting in, I don't know, changing
Yeah.
tires.
We don't carry a Tide box with toilet paper on it. That doesn't happen.
Roll
You've seen
Tide.
that.
No, I
Yes.
haven't, but I like it.
Oh, it's so bad.
I like it. I thought you ate. I thought you were making reference to eating Tide Pods.
No, there are people that like on a broom handle will stick a Tide
Uh,
box and 3 rolls of toilet paper, and
that's
it's
awesome,
it's so weird.
man. So I have this. It's the girl that grew up across the street from my wife. Well, she's a woman now. Uh, Girls, you're a woman now. Who does that song? It's from Pulp Fiction. But anyway, is that Neil
How would I
Diamond?
not know that?
Is that Neil Diamond?
Probably he did a lot of it.
Girl,
Mhm.
bum bum. No, that's
Oh
Sweet Caroline.
yes.
You'll be a woman soon. Is that what it is?
I don't know, but sing more.
No, no, there's no singing. I can't. Listen, you hear my jacked up voice. You know I can't sing. I can barely talk, and I don't have any accents. All I have
I
is
will tell
mimicking
you
voices.
the thing about the football war. We have a handful of friends um, that are tied friends that don't live here anymore. They come to our
Mhm.
house for the football game,
Mhm.
and most of them have moved away from here, and they're married to someone in another state.
Uh huh.
So we are always entertaining like um, a different school, a different alma mater,
Do you,
and it's
yeah.
very fun. And that's why I don't dislike any other football fans because
Well, you
they're
like
my
everybody.
closest
You enjoy.
friends.
Yeah, you enjoy life, and that's awesome. I mean,
It's
that's
fun.
you.
It's
You're the
fun to
way.
watch with somebody.
Yeah, I know. You're the way it's supposed to be. Um, it's Now hold on. Wait. Do y'all have down there? Do you have those license plates that people put on the front of their cars? Don't say a house divided.
Yes, they're actually like frames. Yes, and I'll say, and
Oh,
yes, and a
oh,
lot. Yes, we do.
oh man! Every time my wife sees that, she's like, "Yeah, that's what I'd have." And she's like, "If you were a Florida graduate, or she's like, no, like that'd be a deal killer. Deal killer.
Yes,
Not marriage material.
yes,
You, you,
yes.
you are a University of Florida fan. not marriage material.
No, no,
I'd be like,
absolutely not.
all right.
What would
It's,
my husband say? He would be so disappointed.
I know. Oh, could you imagine being Auburn?
No, no.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh, yeah, it's a constant struggle. But
Yes.
see,
I
at
don't.
least,
Yes, but we do. We have a lot of friends from different schools, and it's fun. And um, we don't hate each other. We razz each other, but we don't hate each other. And we like when they're playing. We've got some friends from Georgia. When we play Georgia there, we go visit them, and so we
mhm.
just take turns, and it's fun. And then by the end of the game, everybody's really too wasted to be mad. So it's very fun.
Yeah, yeah. I, I was on TV when I went to UT. Well, I was on there several times. Never for a wanted poster, but I saw a camera. I saw a camera crew, and like the guy was like he didn't know where he was. He's looking around, he's waiting for students to come by, and he was asking him questions. And so I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And he's like, "I was like, you need to talk to somebody." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, we're doing a story tonight, live at 5, whatever." And said, "We just have one question for you. Do uh, do you think the University of Tennessee has a drinking problem, an alcohol problem?" And I was like, "Okay." And so he puts me on. And he said, "Do you think the University of Tennessee has a drinking problem?" And this is like a live thing. And I said,
Campus reform.
yeah, yeah. So I say to him, I go, well, there's a saying that I've heard here, and is that at Tennessee the beer flows like wine. And this guy, he just hee hawed. The reporter did just hee hawed. And it's like, all right, the beer flows like wine. Awesome, thank you. And yeah, that was my one of my live things. I was on like 3 times, 4 times. I was on CNN once, and
We have a friend that comes to the football games sometimes, and he searches out. He's like, "I heard so and so is going to be down here." The sports, like the big ESPN
mhm.
sports setup one year, and he is determined. We will walk all the way across the other side of the campus from where we're parked so that he can take a shot at getting on the TV. And he's a grown man.
Is he successful at it?
Um, I haven't seen him get on yet, but
If
I
he
hear that he has
if
before.
he wants to get on TV, the easiest way to do it, and this takes no effort from you, okay? So
Okay.
this is to help you. You tell him to just drop trowel and go streaking. Say
I
that
knew you were going to
every
say that.
camera in Alabama will be turned on to you.
Uh, didn't we met, or we were talking, was it you talking about the streaker that jumped on the baseball field?
There's several of those.
Uh, he's, 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 uh, he's on the behavior panel now. Mark Bowden. If you've ever seen the behavior panel.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, he is one of the behavior analysts, and he was the streaker that was on the baseball field and got pulled off. It's hilarious.
Which one? What baseball field? When was that?
I cannot remember what game it was. Has there been several?
Yeah, yeah. You need to spend some time on. You need to sign in as an adult on on YouTube. Don't sign in on the kids account, and you'll be surprised what all you can find.
Okay.
You'll be surprised. You need to go over to Reddit with me. You need to come over to Reddit, and I'll show you some of those channels.
Hey, I'll follow you wherever you tell me to
Don't say that. Don't say that. But listen, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
I enjoyed it.
This
I did.
I really like I said, I was tired and stuff. I think it's just because I was
I
just kind
was
of maybe down, and like I was like the main thing was I was like I don't know how I'm gonna be able to make it through this. Um, and hang on a second here. Uh oh.
Yes, you're exactly right, RJ. It is good fun, and
Oh
a little rivalry never hurt anybody.
no, no. And Nerd, I'm sorry that we were trying to get off here right when you came on, but we'll be back at some point. Of course, I'm always here. I think tomorrow. I think I'm supposed to be streaming the trial tomorrow.
All right.
I don't remember. I can't
Are you
remember
going to
this
start
stuff.
in the morning?
I think.
Okay.
Right. I think it's 10 o'clock
When
my
is
time.
it going to be over? Does Volstorm have any
I think
prediction
it's
on
Friday, isn't it?
that? Okay.
I don't know. We'll find out.
And why do these civil trials always have juries? Because
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Unless it depends on the state. Bench trials like in Tennessee, like we don't have a small claims court, but we have what's called General Sessions Court, and
Mm-hmm.
General Sessions is anything up to $10,000, and that will be you won't have a jury for that
Okay.
usually. But I mean, you have to request what. But this is a $20 million, 20 million, it's like $50 million something. I forget what it is.
Well, it's
It's a
been 20
huge thing.
days now, hasn't it?
Yeah, something
It's amazing.
atrocious. So we'll have
Johnny
something.
looked sharp yesterday, though.
Yeah. The only thing is I don't know what the elements are that have to be proven, and I don't. I started thinking about it tonight. I was like, I really gotta look that up because I don't know if his team, as much as on the public relations side, he's just
Hmm.
killing it. I don't know if they got it legally, and that'll be a shocker for people if it comes back against him. But anyway, we'll see how it is. Anyway, well, listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's probably too late for this, but always hit the like, always hit the subscribe, and remember Friday nights are crazy around here, and every night is around 10 o'clock. I need to move this to 10 o'clock, but I always do it at 10:30. So you gotta help me figure out a schedule, Sully.
Hey, I love your schedule. It's always an hour earlier for me, so
Yeah, it
it's
is.
good because
It works out great.
it's after everybody winds down, but it's not too late.
Oh yeah, it is an hour earlier. That's right.
Hmm.
It is good. All right.
That's
Well,
why I thought you should have went another hour on Friday night.
that's funny because it wasn't 12 to 12 for you.
That's right.
No, I was close to it. Gosh, man. I found out that the podcast will only do 6 hours. So, like, the first 6 hours of that
Oh,
show is up on the podcast.
I got a notice yesterday that I had a new podcast from the expert.
Oh, that is
And
awesome.
I actually got a notification
Thank
from
you so
Alexa.
much. Thank you so much for signing up. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, because here's my thing. I know that sooner or later I'm gonna get banned. So it's only a
Enjoy it
matter.
while I can.
That's right. Then I'll be bagging groceries at Walmart. I'll be like, yeah, man, I made a mistake. I was in Tennessee. I should have gone to Alabama. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm going to end the stream, but stick around. And
Okay.
all right, that's it. Love you guys.